Hello students, this is Inheritance and Variation Part 8. So topics which we are going to cover in this session are deviations from Mendel's findings, intragenic interactions, intergenic interactions, incomplete dominance and codominance. So what are the deviations from Mendelian ratios? So after the discovery of Mendel's laws, many scientists performed many experiments on different plants and animals, and they observed many exceptional cases to the basic three laws which were proposed by Mendel. Okay, so these deviations are due to different patterns of inheritance or gene interactions. These exceptional cases were found to be present because of the different patterns of inheritance and gene interactions which were later uh, discovered. After Mendel, they were discovered. So all this is known as post-Mendelian genetics or neo-Mendelian genetics. In the phenotypic expression of a gene, it can be modified or influenced by the other gene. So this is the basic thing which you have to understand when you are talking about deviations of Mendelian ratios. So what is given here, that the phenotypic expressions of a gene, these can be modified or influenced by the other gene, and these gene interactions are of two types which you are going to study in detail. These are intragenic, that is interallelic, and intergenic. So in intragenic or interallelic, you are having which is between the alleles of the same gene, and there is example incomplete dominance, codominance, and multiple alleles. You have all these three in detail in your syllabus. Intergenic occurs between alleles of different genes on the same or different chromosomes. That is, you are having just a single example, that is pleiotropy for your studies. So what Mendel actually proposed by his three laws, or what he on the basis of what he gave the principal laws of Mendelian inheritance, that the first thing which he proposed, that single trait gives single gene and two alleles. Now basic thing is single trait, single gene and two alleles. So two alleles, they show interaction in which one is completely dominant. So we have studied it in the law of dominance, where Mendel stated, or Mendel proposed, that whatever pure traits we cross in parental generation, these pure traits when get crossed in the first filial generation, the characters which are dominant, all these characters only get expressed. Okay, because the recessive characters are not getting expressed in the first filial generation. As dominant characters, they dominate or they suppress the characters of the recessive traits. So in the law of dominance, we have studied that the two alleles show interaction in which one is completely dominant, and third, factors or genes, they for different traits present on different chromosomes assort independently. That you have studied in the dihybrid cross, that how the characters of yellow round and green wrinkled seeds, these characters, they come together from different traits. They come together on different chromosomes, they are present, but still they assort independently. They express themselves independently in the F2 generation. So that was proposed by Mendel, okay, by his monohybrid and dihybrid cross. So with the passage of time, number of deviations were observed and number of exceptional cases were identified in the post-Mendelian era after Mendel, and that gave additional information on the patterns of inheritance. And these deviations or these exceptional cases, whatever the studies, these are described as neo-Mendelism. So that's all about neo-Mendelism. In this slide, you can observe intragenic and intergenic conditions. So before going to intragenic and intergenic interactions, we must understand the first thing, that is locus. What is it? Okay, so try to understand the concept first. What is locus? Locus is the position of the gene on the chromosome. Here you can observe capital T and small t. These are the two homologous chromosomes, where capital T and small t, these are two genes which are located on one chromosomal pair. So it could be dominant or it could be recessive gene. So we are talking about one gene and two alleles. So one gene and two alleles in intraallelic or intragenic condition. Now this is intragenic or intragenic condition or intraallelic condition. We focus on how these two alleles, that is capital T and small t, they get interacted with each other and what type of result we get by their intragenic condition. So when this capital T and small t, when they get interacted with each other, now in a single in a one homologous pair, you are talking about the interaction. So that is called as intragenic condition, where we focus on how these two alleles get interacted with each other and what type of result we get by their intragenic condition or interaction. Now let's move to the next part, that is what is intergenic condition. Okay, in intergenic condition, when the pairs of alleles of one chromosome pair interacts with the other or different pair. Here capital T, small t, this is one homologous pair. It interacts with, now this interacts with another homologous pair, say capital P, small p, that is flower color, violet and white. So height of plant and color of flower, where these two separate homologous pair, they show interaction between themselves. So that type of, that means their loci are different, their positions are different. When these combinations, when these chromosomal pairs, they get interacted with each other, then that type of condition or interaction is known as interallelic or non-allelic condition. So in intragenic condition, we focus on how these two alleles get interacted with each other and what type of result we get by their intragenic interaction. While in case of second example, in intergenic condition, when the pair of alleles of one chromosome pair interacts with other or different pair of alleles which are situated on the different homologous pair. So that means their loci are different, their positions are different. When these pairs get interacted with each other, then such type of condition is known as interallelic or non-allelic type of condition. Which intragenic and intergenic conditions you are going to study in your syllabus? In intragenic or intraallelic condition, where you talk about the different alleles of the same gene, incomplete dominance, codominance and multiple alleles. All these three you are going to study in detail. Question can be asked on each separately, full length question, full mark question. Okay, intergenic or interallelic condition, in that this interaction occurs between alleles of different genes located on the same or different chromosomes. Here you are going to study only the pleiotropy. So one example that you are going to observe or going to study in detail. So here pleiotropy in case of this intergenic or interallelic condition, while in case of intragenic, incomplete dominance, codominance and multiple alleles, all these three with one example. In detail you are going to study. So here incomplete dominance. While writing the answer on incomplete dominance, you have to write intragenic, interallelic, whatever conditions you are going to talk about. That will be your introductory part in your answer. Apart from that, you have to write the notes. Now these are some kinds of notes I have provided. You can write it with your own words, in your own words, and this example is important while writing the answer. So in the incomplete dominance, both the genes of an allelomorphic pair express themselves partially. So here you talk about the expression of both the genes, partially they get expressed. One gene cannot suppress the expression of the other completely. If you remember the law of dominance of Mendel, so in the law of dominance what Mendel proposed, that the characters of in the F1 generation, that is in the first filial generation, the characters of the trait, the dominant trait, they suppress the characters of the recessive traits. Okay, so in the F1 generation, the characters which you observe, all these characters are dominant in nature. So the incomplete dominance is exceptional to the law of dominance. How? In case of incomplete dominance, the gene cannot suppress the expression of the other completely. So there is no dominant and recessive expression when you talk about F1 generation and the phenotypic expression of that character. The pair is not as one dominant and other recessive in such cases. There is intermediate expression in F1 hybrids. So intermediate expressions in the F1 hybrids you get. Say in parental generation you have suppose red flowers when they are crossed with white flowers. In the law of dominance we have studied that if the red character is dominant over the recessive one, so that red character will get expressed in the F1 generation and the all flowers will have red in color because of the presence of the dominant gene. That is capital R will be dominant while small r will be recessive while talking about law of dominance. But when the same example we take in case of incomplete dominance propose that when there is crossing of red flowers with the white flowers, so as we are not talking about the dominant and recessive characters. There is no dominant trait and no recessive trait, but there is expression of both the characters of both the genes partially. Okay, so the partial expression of both the genes as it occurs in the incomplete dominance, the dominant character it is incompletely dominant. Okay, so in the F1 generation we will get not all red flowers but all pink color flowers, as there is partial expression of both the genes, both red and white flowers. So in F1 generation we will get all pink colored flowers. In the given example, the phenotypic and genotypic ratios are same, that is 1:2:1. If you observe when we when there is selfing of F1 generation and we put the Punnett square. So in the Punnett square, you can observe capital R, one homozygous red trait, capital R, small r, two pink colored flowers, and one is with completely white, smaller. So the phenotypic ratio is 1:2:1 and the genotypic ratio is again same, that is 1:2:1, which means factors segregate and there is no mixing of the factors. So the intermediate shade is produced due to incomplete dominance. So this is incomplete dominance where dominant trait is not completely dominant over the recessive character. So there is no dominant and recessive characters found to be present in the first filial generation, but there is partially the phenotypic characters they get expressed from both the parental generations. That's all about incomplete dominance. If the question is asked, please do write all the points. Please do write about inter and interallelic conditions, partial phenotypic characters, the expression of the genes, and also no dominant and recessive characters or traits, but there is intermediate expressions. Okay, and the genotypic and phenotypic ratios are same, that you have to mention with the example. In case of codominance, both the genes of an allelomorphic pair express themselves equally in F1 hybrids. Such alleles which are able to express themselves independently, even if present together in hybrids, are called codominant alleles. In codominance, both alleles are expressed equally. In codominance, both phenotypic and genotypic ratios are identical or same. If you observe the diagram, phenotypic and genotypic ratios are same, that is 1:2:1. So the classic example of codominance is the coat color in cattle. There are two types, one with red coat with red color hair and other with white coat with white hair. So when red cattle, that is capital R, crossed with white cattle, capital W, in the F1 hybrids, the hybrids get formed in the first filial generation. These hybrids, they are round. They are with white color with red patches, red color with white patches. So both the colors they get expressed in the Code colors, they get expressed in the first filial generation. So Rons have the mixture of red and white color here. Thus both the traits are expressed equally in the codominance. So both the colors, they get equally expressed in the first filial generation. In the F2 generation, when these Rons, they are crossed, self-crossed, okay. In the F2 generation, what we get? In F2 generation, we get capital R, one red coat, cattle, two with capital R, capital W, Rons, and white with capital W, capital W. So produced in the ratio is 1:2:1. Phenotypic and genotypic ratios are identical, just same with the incomplete dominance. The important point is in both the incomplete dominance and codominance, genotypic and phenotypic ratios are identical, but in case of incomplete dominance, the phenotype of hybrids is intermediate between the phenotypes of parents. That is, red when crossed with white, the phenotype was pink in color. While in case of that is intermediate, while in case of codominance, both the genes, they get expressed equally. Red patches as well as white patches, both the colors, they get equally expressed in the first filial generation. In case of codominance, that the difference, even if the genotypes and phenotypes, the ratios of both, in case of incomplete and codominance, both they are having similarities. So these are the basic differences that you have to take into consideration while writing your answers. So that's all for today's session. Thank you.